Manchester United is in search of a striker, but not for cash. Loan options are being looked at by Manchester United. Obviously, that puts Joao Felix and Memphis Depay into this conversation, as Joao Felix talks have been held between Manchester United and Atletico Madrid. Then secondly, United are really keeping tabs on Memphis Depay. Eric Ten Hag confirming to us that he's really looking for a striker. And lastly, we're going to talk about the new David De Gea contract at Manchester United that is being discussed anytime from now. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? Welcome back from yesterday's win that really saw us beat Nottingham by 3-0. Obviously, pure class, pure masterclass from Casemiro, and obviously he went ahead to show to us that he is the heart of the midfield of United, and obviously all the successes have gone ahead to go ahead and really experience under him. It's because of his epitome at Manchester United. So smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in on a daily. But Casemiro, trust me, he stepped on every blade of the grass at Old Trafford yesterday. If at all you watched him play, he is really a joy to watch, and he's really one of those that the world is really rating highly as the best central defensive midfielder in the world, because he even spared some time and really created an assist for the third goal. And for the second goal, he really made a very good sliding tackle that sparked off that attack that saw Rashford do a very good pass to really find Anton Martial to score that second goal, being described as a very well-worked goal at Old Trafford. So guys, let's get into these stories. Let me start off with Ten Hag's story. Sorry, this tweet coming in from Ten Hag as he ended the post-match press conference on Sky Sports. He said the following on Anton Martial: his fitness is not a problem. In the start, he was injured a lot, but he is fit to play. If the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers was not in the 3 days, I would have kept him on the field of play. So it shows you that the man Ten Hag is really working in harsh conditions, and this is courtesy of the Glazers. He's working in harsh conditions, courtesy of the Glazers. He is left with one striker to play. That is Anton Martial. He is less by two, but we've lost even one of those that he wanted to come in and integrate into this United team. That is Cody Gakpo. We lost him to Liverpool because United, the Glazers, don't want to spend, yet they are going to get in between 6 and 7 billion. They don't want to spend. So we thank God that the Glazers are finally going to leave United, because they have been milking this club dry. Amidst everything going on, at least they would have done one bye-bye that would have remembered about them that, oh, in the last season, when the Glazers were really in the management of Manchester United, they spent £215 million in the summer, and they spent some £60 million in the January transfer window. Then they sold us off in the spring. So that is it, but they are not going to do it, and that's why the manager says, I take off Anton Martial to preserve him, to say to it that he is available when you're playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, because we need to win our games. We need to win our games as Manchester United, and we need to see ourselves in the Champions League. So we are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday, and the manager told us that he has to go on and really do this as a precautionary move to keep Anton Martial fit. Now, that shows you that we need to go on and really get in a striker, and Ten Hag has gone ahead and confirmed to The Athletic the following about United acquiring a new striker. We've been told by The Athletic that Ten Hag is determined to add to his attack, but the options now will center on loans. That's a message being put out from United to intermediaries. Some close to United felt, some sources close to United felt the Glazers would sanction spending if they were known to going to be around to have to pick up the tab. Now, when you look at how bad we are being run, this is what we are being driven to. The only way we can go ahead and really go in to spend money on strikers is when Martial gets an injury and Rashford. That's it. But without that, they're not going to go on and really spend. And they did this in 2020, to bring in Bruno Fernandes because Paul Ebile, Pogba and Scott McTominay were injured. That's why they went in to sign Bruno Fernandes. But if at all these two people were fully fit, no way United would have gone ahead to bring in more players. But right now, we missed out on Cody Gakpo. We cannot spend £37 million on Cody Gakpo, and he went to Liverpool, our rivals. Remember, we are ahead of Liverpool by 4-5 points in all of the Premier League table, meaning that Liverpool know that they have to go for the hard way to go to find themselves in the Champions League. And because they know what it means to be the Champions League, they are really investing huge. Look at Chelsea, they're investing huge. But United are going in for players on loans. On loans. Why should we go in for players for loans when we can get in players that are really good? And this is where I go on and I ask, where is this owner that is going to take over United? Where is he? Because the thing that you are really taking after or looking after to take over in March is being tainted, is being drowned into the sea. The team is really losing out on quality players that would have seen us compete for the top 4 positions and win the UEFA Europa League, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Because if we can get in 2 or 3 players in the January transfer window, we can really turn around this season. Everything can happen. It can happen, but the quality should be paramount. I really felt bad when I saw Erik ten Hag talk to Prime Sport yesterday night that there is need to get in players, but those players need to be right and they should match the financial policy of the club. Meaning that he knows that the club has let him down on Cody Gakpo, but they need to see to it that they bring in players that match the quality of the club according to the amount of money that you have, because money attracts quality. That's it. Money attracts quality. Quality nowadays is really expensive. I can take you to where Arsenal is. Arsenal are trying to bring in Mukalo Modric from Shakhtar Donetsk. Imagine Shakhtar Donetsk, but Shakhtar is calling in for 100 million euros for a player who is playing in the Ukrainian league. If we are here criticizing the League One of France, that is a farmers league, but a player from Shakhtar, a Ukrainian league, is being valued at 100 million euros because of his quality. So quality is expensive. Quality calls for a lot of money. And here we are because the Glazers spent badly in the summer. Cody Gakpo would have been brought in at Manchester United if at all we made the signing of Anthony early enough. Would have paid close to £50 million. And the 35 extra that was paid would have gone in to bring in Cody Gakpo in the summer. That's it. But they really, really bottled everything, and they're here not willing to spend and get United to the levels they're supposed to be. After that, we've been told by Fabrizio Romano via the Court Offside podcast that Manchester United held conversations with George Mendes as have other English clubs about Joao Felix, but it's not their only option. United want a striker, not a winger. They'll decide with Erik ten Hag. Now, for Joao Felix, it's written all over the wall that United even made a bid of 90 million euros in the summer, and it was turned down by Atletico Madrid because they never wanted to sell the player. But now, the player has come out and indicated that I really want to leave the club. He wants to leave the club of Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid have come out to a resolution to loan him to a club with the ability or capability to pay £8 million as the loan fee and to pay his entire salary of £250,000 a week for the Portuguese youngster. And I believe that is a deal. To me, at United, that's a bargain. If at all you're going to get Joao Felix and you're going to spend 16 million on him, that is a bargain. If at all you cannot spend 37 on Cody Gakpo, then spend 16 on Joao Felix, because he is going to add a lot to the club of United, because the manager also wanted him in the summer and the bid was turned down before he went in for Anthony. And that shows you how beautiful this would have been. But obviously, will United go ahead and really get this deal done? That's the big question, because you cannot trust United at really accomplishing deals like this. The only way you can trust them is at bottling them. That's it. the only way you can trust them is at bottling such deals. But at getting them done in time, you can't. And I tell you, it's going to be hard for United to sign a player in the first 14 days of January. If they are going to sign a striker, they are going to negotiate with that striker until the 20th of January. That's when it's going to coming in through. You saw the negotiations of Bruno, they took close to 26 days, and he signed for United on the 26th of January. I think that's when he signed for United. And he came in through and played the first game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and United went into the warm break in Dubai, and then he returned. So I see this as something that is so much bad for United and Erik ten Hag not being backed. However much talks have been held, Jorge Mendes is trying to figure out a situation of his client to see to it that he gets a team that is going to see him play the football. But obviously, there are lots of things that are really not going the way United want to play. So can we spend £16 million? That is the big deal onto this and this Joao Felix deal. But I believe Erik ten Hag would 100% love to bring in Joao Felix at Manchester United. And obviously, it's not a hard deal to do, but the Glazers are really making it look like it's hard to do because they want things on a chip. And then we've been told by Simon Stone that Memphis Depay, former at Manchester United, might be eyeing a return to Old Trafford, as he has been mentioned a few times as a kind of striker Manchester United might try to sign next month. Obviously, when you hint about signing Memphis Depay, it's one of those few that we are left with because we have no competition for him. He's cheap. £2 million are needed by Barcelona. Thirdly, he fits exactly what Ten Hag wants because he can lead the line and he can play wide also. So the big question is, will Barcelona sell Memphis Depay to Manchester United to strengthen us, yet we are going to face them in the round of 32 or the playoff of the UEFA Europa League? That's the big question, because this is the only realistic option we are left with. He's going to come in here on a cheap and given some £150,000 a week. That's it. Meaning that they would have gotten a player that could come in and really act as a patch. This is a stopgap signing, and that's why they've told us before that United have opted to go in for players on loan. But for Memphis Depay, he's a cheaper one to get. He's an option that we can get cheaply, and that's why you're really going in for him. But he's a good player, according to me. He can act as a patch, and if at all, he can be here for some months, and we wait and see what happens when the new owners come in through in the summer to see how we are really going to go ahead and really get our season back to top. But we are really handing over another season to see to it that we don't go into the Champions League. The Glazers, what they are doing is really bad because they no longer care about the club. Ralf Rangnick told them in January of this year that please get me Enzo Fernandez, 18 million euros. Enzo Fernandez was like 20, 25. Julian Alves was 18 million euros. There was Zakaria. You saw him play yesterday for Chelsea. He was available for 5 million euros. In total, United needed to spend only 40 million euros in the January of 2022 to see to it that we get a nod into the Champions League or the 4 places. And even if Atoli had signed those players in January, we would have been in a better position to knock out Atletico Madrid and advance to the other stages of the Champions League, and that would have meant more money. Now, if the Glazers were not willing to make those signings when they knew that they are going to take us to the next level, and the next level of the Champions League means more money, by then, how would you expect them to spend more money to back the club to go in the Champions League? So they are looking at these lower options that are really going to go ahead and really coming through. But Memphis Depay at Manchester United in 2016, left I think in 2018 to Lyon. He played very well there, went to Barcelona. Obviously, he's a good player. He can lead the line and obviously can work as a charm and fit in their glove for the system of Erik ten Hag. Is one of those that we are really looking to bring at the club. But let's wait and see what is going to be. But Barcelona want 2 million euros for the player. But the big question is, will they allow to strengthen a squad they are really good, or a team they are going to face in the playoff of the UEFA Europa League? That's the huge question. After that, let's talk about David De Gea, whose contract is running out in June, and United are in talks with David De Gea over a new contract, and they want him to stay. That is Paul Hurst. He's a reporter for The Times and a correspondent of Manchester United and Man City at The Times. David De Gea, I believe he has done all what it takes to convince the manager that I can be the most important goalkeeper into your team. And obviously, he has done it. In every game, even yesterday, you saw his ball distribution was on point, had one shot to stop. He's really doing great. And United are really building now from behind. De Gea is really turning out to be a player. And I think the hugest discussion is going to be on the salary. Reason being, David De Gea himself came out and acknowledged that he wants to stay at Manchester United. So he wants to see to it that he signs a long contract with the United, but it's all going to be about the money. So your thoughts on United holding Felix talks are welcome in the comment section below. Depay, next United striker. Tell us what you think about it. And obviously, what do you think about the new contract of David De Gea that is being planned to him or prepared to him by Manchester United, as negotiations are really going on and progressing on well. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. And today we have started, and more stories are really coming in through. Don't forget to subscribe and keep it United Matters channel. I sign out for now. See you later. But remember, on Saturday we are playing we are playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, and obviously Bruno Fernandes described them as a team that speaks more Portuguese, or that has more Portuguese than the Portuguese national team. That's it. I'm out.